This has been a Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business podcast. You can find all podcast episodes at iTunes, Spotify, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Content of this podcast is copyright the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, unless otherwise noted.
Hi, I'm Sally Harrison, president of the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, and today we are in our podcast studio with our friend Ellen Bernard. Hi, welcome, Ellen.
Oh, hello, Sally. Good morning.
Good morning. So, Ellen, I know you have, how can this be right? 50 years in business leadership. 50?
That is correct.
Okay, well, we were just talking offline about our ages, but I didn't realize 50 years. That's wonderful. So what inspired you to launch and lead Allpay-Payment Professionals?
Well, I got into the payment processing business 2 decades ago. Mm-hmm. I was looking for something that I could help people and build a stream of income for me at the same time, mm-hmm. while saving them a lot of money.
Nice.
Or creating other efficiencies in their business. Mm-hmm. And I met someone else who was in this business, and they told me about how they talked to the merchants and what pains that the merchants felt.
Sure.
The ever-increasing costs of taking payments, but also the technology at the time and how it was changing and how so it excited me. And I really wanted to jump in with both feet. Mm-hmm. And I started with a major company. At the time, they were the 5th largest credit card processor in the world. Mm-hmm. And I cut my teeth there. I took to the industry as though it were a second skin. I learned it very quickly. Mm-hmm. Became one of their top salespeople, and 6 months later, they asked me if I would move from Iowa to Minnesota to become a division manager for the company. Uh-huh. And I did that for a number of years. So, and I created Allpay itself about 7 years ago, mm-hmm. To advance the cause of helping merchants save money.
Well, thank you for doing that. Many businesses feel trapped, right, by rising credit card processing costs. I think that's a pretty significant issue for most of our businesses. What are the biggest mistakes merchants make when choosing a payment processor?
One of the biggest mistakes is not doing enough research, and truly understanding what is involved in their credit card processing statement with mm-hmm. the current processor. A lot of there used to be, to a lesser degree now there still is, some bait and switch tactics.
Oh.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
They will say to someone that we're going to give you X rate, and it ends up being Y. And that Y gets added on with an A, B, C, D, E, and F. Mm-hmm. And the next thing you know, they're paying a whole lot more than they really thought they were. Mm-hmm. So they really need to learn how to analyze their actual statement. Mm-hmm. Because there are a lot of hidden junk fees, I call them, that people get charged. And I literally have gone into a retail store and said, may I look at a recent statement? And they will go to their file cabinet and pull out a manila folder with 12 envelopes in it.
Oh, jeez.
So they haven't even looked at their statement for over a year.
Yeah.
So, one, know what you're doing and what you're paying and why you're paying what you're paying. And with me, everything is transparent, and I don't do the bait and switch stuff.
Yeah.
Everything is clearly spelled out so that everybody understands what's going on. And I think most merchants, they have a hesitancy to change.
Sure.
And I understand that, mm-hmm. but they really need to be in a position to have an open mind about it. And a lot of them don't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what trends are you seeing right now in payment processing? POS systems, e-commerce?
Yes, absolutely. There are so many technology changes that have gone on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, AI is literally coming in to play with point of sale systems now. Mm-hmm. I was on a conference call just yesterday with a vendor from out in Pennsylvania who markets a hospitality industry point of sale system all over the country. Mm-hmm. And he was showing me how he's using AI in development of the back end apps and all the things to make them more efficient. Uh-huh. It used to be of you and I might remember the old knuckle busters where you put the card in and they slid across the paper. We call those knuckle busters. You don't see those around very much anymore, but they are backup. If somebody's their system goes down, they could potentially use that. Most don't. But that little standalone terminal that you see in a lot of places in the smaller operations, those are still around, but they're being taken over by the computer age. So
more sophisticated machinery.
Right.
Yeah. Well, for startup business or small business owner listening today, what are the first maybe 3 things that they should evaluate when reviewing their payment systems?
Well, they should look at customer service, and that's one of the biggest complaints that I hear out there.
Customer service is not very common anymore.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I have affiliated myself with a number of processors that's the first thing I check with them is what is customer service like. The first line of defense is me. As far as I'm concerned, you call me.
Okay.
And if not, there's an 800 number that they can call to get quick access. And I make sure that the companies I have don't put people on hold. Listen to really boring elevator music. And so that's one thing is customer service. Another is the technology behind it. And how does that operate? Does it fulfill your particular needs? A liquor store that needs to keep track of inventory is going to have a different need than a boutique that might have a number of limited items. The number of SKUs that a liquor store has could be 10,000.
Sure.
Particularly if they're selling vapes and all sorts of other things, right? But a boutique might have 100. They have a different need. And so you have to, the technology that's needed, and so that's one thing that is also there. And then you have to look at costs. And what are the true costs of accepting credit cards? And it makes a difference whether somebody is present with their card or if it's not present. A card not present transaction costs more money.
Okay.
It's charged more by the card brands themselves. They view it as higher risk.
Okay.
Because
that makes sense.
Physical card is not there.
Yeah.
So they pass through a charge that's higher. And so those are the 3 main things.
Okay. Good to know. Well, AI, automation, and digital wallets are rapidly changing commerce. Where do you see the future of payments heading over the next 5 years or so?
Well, we see AI definitely stepping in. Everything is becoming more automated. Literally today, you could tap on my phone with your credit card, and I could take your card. I mean, literally, I can take your card. And
that's why my card's in my wallet, in my purse, in another room.
And so that is a coming thing that is more and more available.
Yeah.
You've got QR codes now on the table or on the receipt that comes. You can pay from your phone. That is taking over also. And we're also going to see the advent and more commonplace use of crypto as a form of payment.
Yeah.
And so the processors are adjusting because the rates fluctuate so much that it can be different from the time that the crypto is used to when it's actually redeemed.
Oh, really?
And so so there's some nuances to that make a difference. But we're going to be seeing a lot of changes in the next 5 years.
Boy, I'm not sure that's all good. Well, for our listeners who may not understand the concept, what exactly is the Mesa Chamber Affinity Program that you are part of, and how does it benefit local businesses?
Well, that's a great question, Sally, and I'm really passionate about the Mesa Chamber of Commerce and what it does for its members.
Well, and we appreciate you and your partnership.
Yes, and I joined the Affinity Program because it allows me to offer chamber members a 5 to 20% discount off
That's
what
significant.
off their normal rates, right? And it allows me then to reach out to the chamber members and assist them directly with what they need in terms of their processing. And every program that I put together is individualized for that particular business.
Okay.
And so, the local businesses benefit from one having an experienced person in the industry. To steal a tagline from some insurance company, I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two.
Yeah.
That's very true. I'm an experienced payments professional I've been doing this for 2 decades. I've seen just about every nuances you can have in terms of the types of payments that people take, and experience does matter. So I think that the benefits to the chamber membership and the local businesses are huge with this Affinity program.
I love it.
And they ought to take advantage of it.
That's great news. Well, you mentioned discounts ranging from 5 to 20% for chamber members, which I think that's wonderful and generous, and thank you very much. How significant can those savings become over the course of a year for a typical business?
Well, for a business that does maybe $50,000 a month, they might see a savings of $1,000 or $2,000 a year.
Wow.
But a business that does, I have a liquor store in my portfolio that they're in a college town. And when the students are in town, this liquor store is about 1,000 square feet.
Okay.
And does about $300,000 a month.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
College students are
Thirsty.
they're stereotypical drinkers. But anyway, I used to be one of those myself, a college student.
Yes. Yeah.
And they save, with the program that I have them on, $84,000 a year.
Wow. That is significant.
Yes, it's huge.
That's impressive.
That's a down payment on a house.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's multiple vacations.
That's impressive.
Kids' college.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, anything else you want our listeners to know? If listeners remember only one thing about Alan Bernard and Allpay, after hearing this, what would you want that message to be?
Well, I want them to realize that if they work with Allpay, but they get me as their direct representative, I will take their phone calls. I have customers that I've had as long as since 2008 that are still with me today. Everything that I do is transparent. Everything I do is with purpose, and I look out for their interest. I am their partner. I am not a vendor.
That's great.
And I walk hand in hand with them. I have customers that I've had for a number of years that literally will call me up just to see how I am doing.
Oh, that's nice.
And it has nothing to do with business.
Yeah.
They've ultimately become friends.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So, if anything, I'm accessible, I'm transparent, and I'm reliable.
Okay, so how do people get a hold of you?
They can reach out to me by phone at 602-885-9484, or they can send me an email at Alan, ALAN, at getallpaid.com. So
Awesome.
GETALLPAY.com.
Very cool. Or they could also find you on our website.
That is correct.
Absolutely.
And I can also be found on the Mesa Chamber of Commerce website.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for the information. Always good to see you.
Yes, thank you, Sally. Appreciate it.
This has been a Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business podcast. You can find all podcast episodes at iTunes, Spotify, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Content of this podcast is copyright the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, unless otherwise noted.